There's an important new technology that's been quietly cooking away in the background for a few years now. But IPFS, the Inter Planetary File System, could be a game changer for the Internet. But first, what exactly is the problem it's trying to solve? Back in the 70s, the Internet was designed to be a decentralized, content-neutral, and highly resilient network that would be controlled through no single potential point of failure and could survive the loss of significant components. Today, however, the Internet is actually quite fragile. As billions of new IoT devices and smartphones come online, pressure mounts on the core routing infrastructure. Many believe that the workload generated by a single viral event, like a sudden widespread disaster or social disruption, could bring the whole thing down. Worse, however, is how highly centralized the Internet has become. For all intents and purposes, access to online content is effectively controlled by a small number of very rich men on the U.S. West Coast. Perhaps just a few dozen of them have the power to impose their will on what is today the entire world's primary communication medium. They probably never consciously sought this kind of power, and they might well try to manage it with the best of intentions. But it's a very unhealthy situation all the same. So where does IPFS fit into all this? Today, nearly all Internet traffic uses HTTP, the Hypertext Transport Protocol, for routing. The HTTP model requires central origin server-based data sources that are connected to clients through many network hops. Should a server fail, or should any one of the intermediary hops drop out, then clients will lose connectivity. Anyone who's worked with web servers will know that failures are common and costly. IPFS uses a different model altogether. Rather than placing all the burden on central servers, it distributes content across a massive peer-to-peer network. Whose computers make up this network? Well, right now, my desktop machine is one of them. And yours could be too. Just yesterday, I decided to try IPFS out for the first time. I downloaded and installed their desktop app and fired it up. Almost instantly, I saw network traffic coming and going. The traffic volumes were light and not nearly enough to get in the way of my normal Internet activities. I was now part of a peer-to-peer network that could, in theory at least, even work without a direct Internet connection. Naturally, I wanted to see how IPFS would handle hosting my own data. So I imported a few of my technology-related videos that are also hosted on my YouTube channel. When I click on the three dots over to the right, I'm shown the share link I can use to tell the world about my files. Anyone, you included, can paste that URL into a browser and it'll open a folder with all its videos. Feel free to click and play any or all of them. They might take a few moments to load. Or you could strip the CID out of that URL and paste that into the Explore page of the IPFS interface. Either way, my videos are now available to the whole world for free without all the ads, distractions, and censorship of YouTube. I should note that I'm just starting out here with IPFS. The CID seems to be a hash of the folder contents. That URL will change whenever I edit the content of the folder. So I'll still have to figure out how to share and update content while maintaining permanent URL addresses. I also haven't yet learned how to control access permissions to my data. All that's important. But bear in mind that I've been using this technology for less than 12 hours, and I was sleeping for nearly 7 of those. This seems like a really big deal. I expect to have more to say on it over the next while. Keep an eye on my website for more updates and other technology goodness.